No, sorry, Helping Hand, Expanding Force would have been better here. But, oh, look at how little damage that did. Broke a sash. That's what we did. We broke a sash. Good afternoon, Pokesports. It's your host, Mike, and I play with 2 Pokemon on the field, my friends. Today, we have an Apple Pie and Tea team here in Regulation H by Shy Guy. Ooh. Shy Guy's gone and made this very, very interesting team. Apple Pie and Tea, of course, because you've got the Apple Pie and the Poltegeist, which is kind of the headliner of the team, right? You've got Appletun with the Pitaya Berry, and what the Pitaya Berry does is it increases your special attack by 1 stage when your HP gets down to, I believe it's a quarter. But with what Ripen does is that actually doubles the effect of your Pitaya Berry, so that sharply increases your special attack. The Poltegeist has Tea Time, which does make every Pokemon on the field use up their berry. So you can actually trigger the Appletun's Pitaya Berry before it meets the regular or regulated the proper HP amount, right? And then you can go for Apple Acids, you can go for Dragon Pulses, you can go for Steel-type Terra Blasts if you so want to. But the funny thing about this team is it is very much a Trick Room team. It has some interesting speed tiers. Your Poltegeist is technically faster than your Appletun, but when you use Trick Room, Room Service does trigger, and then your Poltegeist is actually slower than your Appletun. So on that second turn, you can use Tea Time, and then Appletun can go for its attack. This isn't the only pair in the group, though, right? You've got Primarina and Torkoal, surprisingly. The Torkoal with Drought triggering the Sun. Primarina has Terra Fire and Weather Ball, which then becomes Fire, so you do some big damage. Or if you don't want to use Torkoal in there, you can use Primarina with Hyper Voice and Alluring Voice, which does change both of those to Water type. All right, so keep that in mind, okay? Because I didn't realize that until very late in the video. That Hyper Voice and Alluring Voice both change over because of Liquid Voice. But yeah, so forgive me for that. Hatterene and Bronzor is another combination here. Bronzor with Eviolite is very fun. You can either use Psychic Terrain, or you can use Helping Hand, or you can use Metal Sound. Metal Sound and Helping Hand, in some cases, do very similar things, and in some cases, very much do not. Right? If you've already set up Psychic Terrain with Bronzor and you're using Hatterene going for Expanding Force, Helping Hand typically is better because then you're powering up the Expanding Force for both Pokemon. But if you're single targeting things with things like, I don't know, Torkoal or things like Appletun, your Metal Sound is actually sometimes going to be your better bet because that just cuts what could be a very large special defense investment in half. Anyway, I'm very excited to go and use this team. Thank you again, Shy Guy, for sharing this team. And if you would like to share your teams on the Pokesports Discord, please definitely do so, because Kevin or I might go and choose it to play around with. We've got some very fun teams coming up. I don't know if Kevin likes to pull back the curtain like this, but ooh boy, I've been looking at some of the teams that we've got coming up and I love them. So I hope you're subscribed to the channel. I hope you're liking this video because it will help in showing more people these videos and showing you the fun teams that we've got coming up. Anyway, with that, let's get on to today's video. Okay, going up against this person right over here, bringing in the Indeedus. Is that a male Indeedus? No, couldn't be. No, those don't exist. Nah, couldn't be. There's a Garchomp there too. There's a Garchomp and a Tailwind Setter. This is a fast team. Meanwhile, I've got a Bronzor. So there's that. Eviolite Bronzor is fun. Psychic Terrain. Let me just scroll through this a little bit. Yeah. You know what? I think the Ghosties are going to help me a little bit. At least against the Annihilate. Not so much actually against the Ursaluna. So, I like Poltegeist here. Room Service could be nice. Poltegeist and Hatterene to start. Do we hate that? I definitely don't want to bring the Bronzor, just looking at what they've got, right? So let's go with Hatterene. Let's go with Appletun, because obviously we have to. We have Appletun? No. We're going to go with Torkoal as well. Because you know what? If they do any kind of weather shenanigans, it doesn't look like they will, but if they do, I'm not going to like that. So there. Huh, and for once, I'm not the last person to start up this match. I know me, all right? I know that I take a little while to start things up. But you know what? Just like Reggie Gigas, real strong once I do get started up. So don't even get me started. Okay, this Ursaluna actually makes me not want to go for a Trick Room. In fact, I do think that I should be able to, what's tea time here? Oh, cool. There's a reason for this, and I'm not sure what it is. Makes them eat their berry. Oh, Pitaya berry. Oh, that's the whole thing about this, huh? Okay, anyway. We can go for an ally switch, but there could be a hyper voice, and I wouldn't really like that. There's truly no point in doing anything but Trick Room right now. I know I said that I didn't want to, but I kind of now want one of these Pokemon to go down, and then Torkoal comes out and just explodes. Yeah. So I think in the meanwhile, we'll go for a Dark Pulse on the Indeedee. I don't like it. I don't like Protect. What's VGC? What is VGC? I don't remember. Either way, we've hit the Trick Room now. And as you can see, we are actually going first in Trick Room with Hatterene next turn, right? Since this Ursaluna did just go for Hyper Voice, it is going to do that after my Hatterene next turn. My Hatterene? My Hatterene. Okay. Now, here's the fun thing. What does this Poltegeist even do for me right now? Not very much is the answer. Does this mean that I swap out? No, I don't think so. I think we'll go for an ally switch just for fun. And we'll go for a Dark Pulse. Nah, we can go for an Expanding Force, actually. Yeah, let's just do some big damage, right? Okay. Well, now that it's protected, at least this Expanding Force is going to hit the Indeedee. We like this. Ally switch is going to make Indeedee's life just a little bit more confusing. Just a little confusing. That's fine. Is this going to do like tiny damage? You get encored. Except you don't. Well, I don't feel like I want to go for the Dark Pulse now. Or the Expanding Force, rather. I don't feel like I should go for the Expanding Force. But because this Indeedee has been known to protect, I should probably just go for it. If I go for the Dark Pulse and it protects, that's a wasted turn from Hatterene. But if I go for Expanding Force and it is protected by the Indeedee, then whatever, it doesn't take it down. We'll go for a... Is there any point to a tea time? No. There's truly no point to anything that this Poltegeist could do right now, so I guess we're just going to ally switch. It does what it does. Now, what are we terastallizing into? Is it dark? Do I hate it? No, it's normal. It's always going to be normal. It's an Ursaluna. Why wouldn't it be? Why would it be anything but normal? Oh, they're going to do the big double KO. They are going to do the double KO with the Hyper Voice here. Still, this is going to do lots of damage, though. Oh, man. That's good damage. And who are we targeting? We're targeting the Hatterene? Okay. It's okay. I'm okay with that. Because now we can just send out the Torkoal and blow up. Oh, and also it's Life Orb. So, oops. Bye. Bye-bye. Bop, bye-bye. And the Expanding Force is going to do... Yeah, it's going to do the rest of my Poltegeist. But now you're cursed. Now you can't Expanding Force anymore. You're stuck. You're stuck going for things like Encore. There we go. So we'll bring that in. So the tea time is for the Pitaya Berry. And the Pitaya Berry increases special attack by 1 stage. And Ripen makes my special attack go up by 2 stages, but I need to be at a quarter health. So that's what tea time does, is it activates the berry and so on and so forth. I could Terra Steel. I should Terra Steel. I will Terra Steel. Doesn't actually matter. No, because Dragon Pulse just does more damage anyway. Sand Dragon. So let's go for it. We'll do that, and then we'll also Erupt. And then I can decide whether or not I want to Terrastallize next turn. I mean, if the Indeedee is going to protect, that's totally fine. We have 1 more turn, at least, of Trick Room, I believe, after this. Oh, that's beautiful. That's yummy damage right there. Delicious. So just show me that tricked room not ending, and I'll be very happy with that. Get yourself in center frame, Michael. Your elbow's getting cut off. Okay, how many turns do we have left of this? 1. Yeah. Okay. Is there any point to Terra Steel? No. No, certainly not. There is a point to Apple Acid. Yeah. How much damage is that? Oh, yeah, wow, 80 power. That's great. So then we'll Terra Fire. Terra Fire Eruption. Just do as big damage as we can. I'm pretty sure that Torkoal in the sun with charcoal. I believe it's charcoal. Yeah, it's charcoal. Torkoal in the sun with charcoal is probably going to take out the Annihilate anyway, but just to make sure. Just to make absolute sure, you know? Big Eruption, do the double KO, you know, just make it super easy. Make it nice and super easy first game here. So Annihilate's going to go down, and that's going to be the end of the game. Easy peasy with Appletun. Didn't really do too much with Appletun right now. Like, really, all it did was no, it did nothing. Could have gone for a Dragon Pulse, but Eruption took out the Kilowattrel too fast. And could have done something with Apple Acid on the Annihilate, but again, Torkoal just kind of took things out too fast. Let's see if we can get a KO or 2 with Appletun the next game, though. All right, on to the next. Okay, going into the next game here. This is a rather meta team. This looks good. This team looks good. I like how this team looks. But I think what I'm going to try to do is what I think this strategy is, right? I'm going to start with Appletun. I'm going to start with Poltegeist, because Poltegeist does outspeed Appletun. So in Trick Room, this combo doesn't work quite as well as it would on paper, but I'll explain it in a little bit. This Bronzor, again, I don't think is going to show up in this game because of the Sneasler, because of the Rillaboom in some cases, right? I am going to bring the Torkoal because I like the Weather War aspect here. And Primarina, maybe? Nah, I'm not a huge fan of Primarina here. I think Hatterene actually is pretty nice. Could be good against the Moongi. Yeah, let's just go with the same team. Same team as last. I think it'll be fine. All right, so the thing with Poltegeist and the thing with Appletun, the guy in this video, the whole combo here, I feel, is using tea time to double your plus special attack ups, and then use Appletun to do a big attack. So as you'll see right over here, I can just Terrastallize. I can go for some kind of steal. I'm not going to Terrastallize though, because I don't want to get put to sleep. But if I actually just go for a Dragon Pulse, say on the Amoonguss, and just completely ignore the Spiritomb, because I'm not honestly sure what it'll do, and that's okay, then that'll be fine. We'll go for a tea time here. We'll make everyone eat their berries if they've got them. And then Appletun will, instead of getting a +1 to special attack, will actually get a +2. Look at how the speed tiers in this turn are, right? My Poltegeist is at 67 speed, and it's going first. Ooh, the Spiritomb's gonna actually eat its berry too. That's fun. And do I get a... No, I don't get an Oko on the Amoonguss. That's unfortunate. But that's all right, because now I have a +2 Appletun, right? And the Spiritomb doesn't have... Oh, okay. Well, actually... Wait, is this okay? Is that actually why the Spiritomb went last? Is it just because it has... it was using Trick Room? Is it not going to go? Is it not going to go next? Should I target it, or should I just go for the Amoonguss? I feel like I should target it. Yeah, why not? This might be as good a time as any to delay out a sleep turn. So let's go for a Shadow Ball on this. Yeah, you can't Spore me because I'm a Grassman. Poltegeist is big asleep. I feel like the only thing that guy can do right now is either... whoa, yeah, that did pretty good amount of damage. I think the only thing that Amoonguss can do right now is Rage Powder, which won't work against my Appletun. Or Spore, or what's the word? Pollen Puff. Ooh, Pollen Puff might actually be kind of nasty. Am I faster in this Trick Room? Yeah, I'm 22 speed, and this is... What is it? 45? I'm probably faster. I'm definitely faster than the Spiritomb. This might just be very, very fun for me. All right, let's see how this goes. So now the Sunlight's going to turn harsh. We're going to go for a Dragon Pulse on the Moongi. And we'll go for an Eruption. I could go Terra Fire here, actually. Well, I mean, it depends on what they swap into, right? If they swap anything into this, then this is going to be just big damage for them. To them. From me. With love. So here comes the Terastallization. No one's actually going to swap out this turn, which is interesting. They're just going to take the death. As long as I outspeed. I think there's a world where the Amoonguss does go first. But it's not this one. It's not this world. Down goes both of them. I kind of would have liked it if the Teetotaler stayed up, but I'm kind of happy the way this went, right? Because the only thing that what's-his-name does, the Poltegeist, is ally switches, is Trick Rooms, which was already done, and Tea Times, which was already done. So it's fine. Now I still have turns on Trick Room. I wasn't even the one who used the Trick Room. Oh no, Pelipper's here. Well, I guess that means that I can take Torkoal out, but how many turns left do I have on Trick Room? I think that's the real question. Started to rain. I could just Erupt in the rain. Do I have one? No, I have 2 turns left on Trick Room. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. I'm going to Dragon Pulse the Pepper. I think it's okay to just Erupt in the rain. I think I'm still going to KO both of them. Especially if they Terra into grass. It's going to be a grass Pelipper now. No, it's a fireman. And that's okay. We've got Hatterene in the back. It's not super fun for me that they went for a wide card, but it's okay. I can take it. The Dragon Pulse is at least going to damage the Pelipper, which is good. I like that. Nice. We like it. Bring it down to Sash. So yeah, that's painful. Would have been kind of nice. Oh, of course. Would have been kind of nice if that was my Hatterene instead, but again, I think it's all right. Let's go for a... Do I just want to try and take out? Okay, where do I end up if anything goes down here? I think I'd prefer Rillaboom down. No, not at this point in the game. The Pelipper is like for sure going to go down next turn anyway. So let's just get rid of the rain. We'll bring the sun back up. And be happy. Because I would like to threaten them into using things like Wide Guard. I'd like to threaten them into, you know, burning attacks on the Torkoal. Now, I suppose what I could have done as well is just go for single target attacks, right? Didn't need to swap out at all. That's fine. I could have just gone for like a flamethrower, but again, it doesn't really matter. We're at the end of the game. Rillaboom's just one going against a bunch of nasty stuff here. So worth going for Expanding Force. That does more damage here, right? Yeah, it does. Yeah, we'll just do that. So even if Woodhammer does take out my Hatterene, as long as my Appletun does more than 50% damage here, we're okay. And even if it doesn't, now that recoil just changed things up. Now, I feel like I'm not +2. Am I not +2? I should be, right? Am I just not doing that much damage as Appletun? You'd think that I would. Yeah, this is a +2 Appletun using Dragon Pulses on a Rillaboom. I'm surprised how little damage that did. Truly. But still, we'll go for the Earth Power on that. Could have just kind of done that at any time. But hey, we made our choice, we made our bed, and we beat them instead of them beating us. And that, at the end of the day, isn't that what it's all about? It doesn't really matter how many turns it took you to get there, as long as you get there. Anyway, on to the next. All right, going up against Professor Willem. Professor Willem is my foe in this battle. And you know what I've come to realize is at this tea party, which is what this is apple tea and... No, apple pie and tea is what the team is called. It's a bunch of friends, right? You've got the teapot and the apple pie. You've got the Primarina and the Torkoal, because the Torkoal kind of enables the Primarina in a way. And you've got the Bronzor and the Hatterene. So right off the bat, I'm thinking, you know what? Let's go with Bronzor and Hatterene, because this kind of, like, these friends are nice. They play nice together. There's a little bit of a ghost scariness in terms of the Ceruledge, which makes me not want to bring it as much, I'll be honest. And then the Hatterene is weak to the Scizor as well, but I think it'll be all right. We'll bring the Torkoal and the Appletun. No, we got to bring the friends, right? We're going to bring the Poltegeist and the Appletun, which I feel like isn't going to be the strongest thing in the world, but as long as I can get a Trick Room up with the Hatterene on turn 1 there, I think I'll kind of set the pace for the rest of the game here. All right. So I feel like it took me a little while to really kind of figure out kind of what the author of this team was thinking, but we're here. We're in it. The Ceruledge is out first, which kind of spooks me a bit, but it might just mean that I have to burn Terra. I think that's kind of all that means. I also don't super hate the idea of hitting a Metal Sound on the Ceruledge here. I could either do that or I could Psychic Terrain. Psychic Terrain now might help for Shadow Sneaks next turn. So actually, yeah, why don't we do that? Because I did kind of like the idea of going for a Psychic Terrain next turn after Trick Room had been set, but this is all right. Okay, so while it's still weak to Ghost, let's go Terra Steel. This does mean that, you know, next turn this Ceruledge is going to be able to use a fire move and be super effective on my Hatterene, but by then, hopefully, it'll be dead. So, can't use any fire moves on me then, now can ya? It's going to flip turn out of there, because that's what a Palafin does. And next time it's out, it'll be super, super fast and super, super strong and super, super in Trick Room and Psychic Terrain. So, it's fine. It'll be okay. Clefable's going to come out now, which, again, that's fine, I think. Oh, they're attacking the Bronzor. Oh, Eviolite, though. Eviolite's so nice. Don't you just love Eviolite? I didn't need to burn Terra this turn, but I'm glad that I covered my bases, I guess. Because, again, now it means that the Ceruledge is going to take mega big damage. I think I should just... Oh, I can Heavy Slam. Is Bronzong heavy? Or is that just like to cover? Let's see. Bronzong weight is 412. No, sorry, Bronzor. Bronzor weight is 113 pounds. Okay, so it's modest. It's a pretty modest weight, but it works. So yeah, we'll go for an expanding force here on the Ceruledge. I think it makes more sense to do this than a helping hand on the Hatterene. Now, just don't be dark. No matter what, just Clefable, don't be evil Clefable. That's fine. That's not a bad Clefable. It does mean that expanding force would have been the better. No, sorry, helping hand expanding force would have been better here. But look at how little damage that did. Broke a sash. That's what we did. We broke a sash. Oh, a helping hand would have been so much better. That's so sad. Defense is up. Special defense is up. And Bitterblade is going to be fine. Because you know what? It didn't target the Hatterene. So it only healed a tiny bit. Next turn, I can bring out the Torkoal. I think I brought a Torkoal, right? No, I brought out the Poltegeist. Poltegeist and Appletun. Is Appletun worth using right now? No. Is Poltegeist? Kinda. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Because at least Poltegeist can take out the Ceruledge. Does Poltegeist go first? No, Hatterene goes first. Yes, it does. Poltegeist goes first. Room service is here. We're going to go for the Shadow Ball, and then we're going to go for Expanding Force. Because, yeah, as long as that's... wow, that's sad. Do I still do more with Expanding Force, though? I think I do. Right? Because it's Stab, and it's in Psychic Terrain. So that's 120 plus another is a 30%. So that is another 40, so 60. 160 cut in half, that's 80. It's the same. We'll go for that because it's a spread move. Someone's gonna get double hit. That Palafin doesn't stand a chance. Pretty sure the Palafin doesn't stand a chance at all. The Expanding Force isn't going to hurt the Clefable that much, but it is going to hurt the Palafin quite a bit. And Shadow Ball is going to finish that off, right? Yeah, beauty. My one issue is I'm not sure how I'm going to handle this Clefable. And the Clefable actually has a way to handle me. So, uh-oh. That's how I'm handling the Clefable right there. I think we just found it. I think we found the way to handle the Clefable. It's called weakness policy. Okay, what's it going to be? Are we going back into Ceruledge? We could go back into Diplin. It's okay. Tea-time ally switch, Trick Room, Shadow Ball, I think. Shadow Ball on Dip. And then Expanding Force again, yeah. On Dip. The fact that none of these guys seem to have Protect is really working in my favor right now. And Hatterene actually is still faster in Trick Room, even with room service triggering on this Poltegeist. That's wild. It's gonna be Clefable against the world, and that's usually scary for me. I don't like it when it's Clefable against the world. But we'll see where the coin flips land. The nice thing here is, again, I don't think they have any kind of Protect. I think I still have another turn of Trick Room and Psychic Terrain, which is great. It's still going to just be Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball and Ceruledge and Expanding Force on this. I'm just trying to think, like, how does the rest of the turns play out? Hatterene is probably going to go down, not this turn, but next turn. And I can't really swap into my Appletun right now. Clefable's just going to get whittled down bit by bit. What's it got so far? It had Cosmic Power, Flamethrower. I think that's all that it's used. Pretty sure. I wonder if it's got whatever that attack is that uses its boosts against me. It's a psychic move. It's not Cosmic Force. Clefable. We're going to find this out. We're going to know. It's not Cosmic Power. It's whatever. You know. You know. I'm not going to waste your time with something you know. I think it's worth hitting the Trick Room here. Double Trick Room? No. Because what if, right? We'll just Dark Pulse here. Because now we don't have Psychic Terrain, so we have to do this. So it's Draining Kiss. Oh, that's bad for the Appletun. But it does heal it a little bit. Tiny bit. Not anymore. I love Cursed Body. Cursed Body's fun. Okay, so now it's just going to be whittling it down again with Shadow Balls, with Dark Pulses, trying to make it flinch. I hate Leftovers with the Burning Passion. It's not fun. Don't like it. Shadow Ball on this. Dark Pulse on that. This flinches, right? Yeah. Like, I think it's okay. By now, my opponents probably realized that the only way to really start taking me out is by using Flamethrower on the Hatterene. Because they don't know what I've got in the back. And little do they know that it's good for them. It's good for them what I've got in the back. But what I'd like to do is just whittle it down far enough to the point where I can tea time, bring out my Appletun, go for one last hurrah, one last big hit, one more time. Or just get a critical hit and end the game, right? That is always something that can happen. Sometimes you just get a critical hit and end the game. And when you're stockpiling up your defenses, every now and then you just get crit and you lose the game. So that's how that goes. Anyway, this was fun, and this is game 3, but I do think I want to play a little bit more, because I rarely do 4 games. So, yeah, let's do one more. All right, on to the next. All right, last game here is up against Rouge. Rouge with the weather. Yeah, this is definitely a big rain team. Like, hard rain team, meaning I definitely need to bring the sun. Now, if I'm bringing the sun, I should also bring Prim. And in fact, I'm kind of thinking if I lead with Prim and I bring in maybe Poltegeist, then I can start with... I don't know, man. Like, because if that Archaludon comes out first, then my Primarine is in trouble, and this Poltegeist is going to be just kind of a sitting duck. But I do want to bring the Appletun in the back, so if I just bring Torkoal and Appletun there, I think the idea is we set up Trick Room, we protect with Prim, or we go for Hyper Voice with that, trigger the Throat Spray, bring out the, what's his name, the Torkoal on turn 2, switch it up to the sun, switch out the rain, tear the Prim, Weather Ball at a +1. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Okay. So yeah, let's do exactly that. Let's Hyper Voice this. Let's Trick Room that. What can go wrong? What can go wrong here? I don't know what can go wrong. What could go wrong? The Poltegeist could take a lot of damage. That could be bad. Could Poltegeist go down here? Possibly. Possibly. Out comes the Rillaboom. Ninja Star. Now, I just don't want this Poltegeist to go down. That's fine. That's fine. Use your turn going for Tailwind. It's not going to matter. It's actually going to help me a lot. It's going to help me greatly. Greatly. Critical hit on the Rillaboom. That's also going to help me greatly. I love that. I love that for me. Okay. So now I'm at a +1. I'm also in Trick Room. Now I think it's time to get out of there. But not only that, I don't want to get Grassy surged, which I'm sure my opponent is thinking that they should do. So now my options are either I can switch out the Poltegeist into the Torkoal, or I could just ally swap. But I think I already know what. I think I've already decided what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So we're going to bring the Poltegeist out. I'm going to bring the Torkoal in. We're going to switch the rain into the sun. See, this is what happens when we do all of 5 seconds of thinking before the game starts. Now, hopefully this makes for a clean game. Things could still go badly if they decide to go for a high horsepower, I guess, or an high horsepower from the Rillaboom, but why would they? Why would they? They'd go for a grassy glide. They didn't. They just went for an attack. Anyway, so the Rillaboom's gone. Bye. Oh, they also didn't go for a fake out. That's another thing they could have done, huh? Regardless. Here comes a Hurricane on the Prim. It's not going to hurt too badly, but it is going to confuse, and I don't like that about this. Not only did it hit, but it confused as well. That's cool and good and great for me. They could take out the... They could take out the Pelipper here. Or they could wide guard. I don't want them to do either of those things. Do I stab that or do I weather ball that? This is also stab now. It's stabbing in the sun. Stabbing in the sun, but it's not very effective. Luring Voice, why is it not very effective? Oh, is it because it's... Is it water? Yeah, sound-based moves become water. Well, if it's all the same, then I think I'll just Weather Ball. I'll Weather Ball the Palafin, and I'm not going to Eruption. I am going to Earth Power, actually. Oh, I'm in the sun. Flamethrower. See, because there you go. The thing that could have happened, they could have gone for a wide guard. That would have nullified my my Torkoal's turn there. And they're just going to Terrastalize. That's going to be water for sure, right? Yeah, it's going to be water for sure. I'm just going to do as much damage to this Palafin as humanly possible. It's going to Jet Punch and hurt. Yeah. Yeah. My Prim didn't like that at all. But I've got an Appletun for that. For everything else, there's Appletun. There's some things Torkoal can't buy. For everything else, oh, there's Appletun. I'm going to bring out the Appletun now. I'm not going to... I don't think I'm going to try to trigger the Ripen this time. I think I'm just going to go for the Apple Acids. I am going to protect the Torkoal this turn because I'm like, it's such a scary Pokemon to have out right now. Like it's going to get targeted. And I don't mind that it goes down next turn because then I can bring out the Poltegeist and do the whole tea time stuff. But for now, let's keep the Torkoal alive. Let's not let Jet Punch ruin my day. Let's not let Jet Punch destroy my steez. And let's hope that the Apple Acid takes out the Palafin, which it does. There you go. There you go. So their Tailwind's going to peter. Trick Room isn't going to end yet. I think that's still got one more turn, which could make this whole tea time thing a little tricky. Okay. Basculegion. Ba. Yeah, now's the time. We're going to Apple Acid this. So we'll Apple Acid and we'll swap out the Torkoal, actually. Yeah, because they can't bring the rain back. Yeah, they can't bring the rain back. I think this is right. My Poltegeist might go down, and I might just bring the Torkoal back out, but doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter, because Appletun is amazing. Appletun's got the Apple Acid, and the Apple Acid, it is going to not die. It's not going to die here. Isn't that wonderful? Don't we love this? I love this. Oh, and it's going to ripen. Oh, no. Oh, butts. Ah, butts. I was going to swap it out. Twisted Dimensions did return. Well, you know what? I could swap out still. I could swap out into Torkoal. I don't wanna. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna. Bring the Torkoal out. Yeah, might as well Trick Room, right? So now that the sun's out, they have a chance to miss the hurricanes, which is nice. Any kind of water is going to not be as watery. They have a chance to miss the hurricanes, they're not gonna. That's the thing. But really, again, I have Flamethrower and I have Shadow Ball in this Pelipper. Like, it should be as good as gone, right? So we'll go for that. We'll go for Shadow Ball on that. Should be the end of it, right? Yeah. There we go. There we go. See, this was fun. All right, I had a lot of fun with this. The pairs in this game. Shout out to all the pairs, right? Because we've got the Torkoal and the Primarina. We've got the Hatterene and the Bronzor, which was a surprising combination for me. And we've got the Appletun and the Poltegeist, which of course this team is made for. So it was a lot of fun. I really like the idea of this team. I do want to give a big shout out to, we'll figure it out, Shy Guy. I want to give a big shout out to Shy Guy for sharing this team on the Pokesports Discord. Remember, you can share this team on the Pokesports Discord and any other team, actually, if you make one, over there. And Kevin and I might go and play it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you're getting used to, I guess, me back here, because it sure has been a while, but thumbs up for consistency. Make sure you like this video if you did. Make sure you enjoy this video if you did. Make sure you subscribe. I haven't done this in a while. Anyway, I'll see you next time. This has been Mike. I put 2 Pokemon on the field. Bye.